let's read the description. Dante can swim. Ari can't. Dante is articulate and self-assured. Ari has a hard time with words and suffers from self-doubt. Dante gets lost in poetry, and art. Ari gets lost in thoughts of his older brother who is in prison. Dante is fair-skinned. Ari's features are much darker. It seems that a boy like Dante, with his open and unique perspective on life, would be the last person to break down the walls that Ari has built around himself. But when Ari and Dante meet, they bond. They share books, thoughts, dreams, laughter. They teach each other new vocabularies and begin to redefine each other's worlds. And they discover that the universe is a large and difficult place. This is the story about two boys, Ari and Dante, who must learn to believe in each other and the power of friendship if they're ever to become men. Sorry, there I go again, hitting the mic. Aristotle and Dante discover the secrets of the universe. To all the boys who've had to learn to play by different roles. The first part of the book is called The Different Rules of Summer. The Different Rules of Summer. The Different Rules of Summer. One summer night, I fell asleep, hoping the world would be different when I woke. In the morning, when I opened my eyes, the world was the same. I threw off the sheets and lay there as the heat poured in through my open window. My hand reached for the dial on the radio. Alone was playing. Crap. Alone. A song by a group called Hard. Not my favorite song. Not my favorite group. Not my favorite topic. You don't know how long. I was 15. I was bored. I was miserable. As far as I was concerned, the sun could have melted the blue right off the sky. Then the sky could be as miserable as I was. The DJ was saying annoying, obvious things like, "It's summer, it's hot out there." And then he put on that retro Lone Ranger tune, something he liked to play every morning because he thought it was a hip way to wake up the world. Hi-yo, Silver. Who hired this guy? He was killing me. I think that as we listened to the William Tell overture, we were supposed to be imagining the Lone Ranger and Tonto riding their horses through the desert. Maybe someone should have told that guy that we weren't all 10-year-olds anymore. Hi-yo, Silver. Crap. The DJ's voice was on the airwaves again. Wake up, El Paso. It's a Monday, June 15th, 1987. 1987. Can you believe it? And a big happy birthday goes out to Waylon Jennings, who's 50 years old. Waylon Jennings. This was a rock station, damn it. But then he said something that hinted at the fact that he might have a brain. He told the story about how Waylon Jennings had survived the 1959 plane crash that killed Buddy Holly and Richie Valens. On that note, he put on the remake of La Bamba by Los Lobos. La Bamba. I could cope with that. I tapped my bare feet on the wood floor voice. Plane crashes, my mother whispered. I think she was talking more to herself than to me. Maybe Richard Valens died young, but he did something. I mean, he really did something. Me? What have I done? You have time, she said. There's plenty of time. The eternal optimist. I don't know. Something else. A t-shirt for my birthday. I looked at my mom. I guess I just don't understand him. He's not that complicated, Ari. He doesn't talk. Sometimes when people talk, they don't always tell the truth. Guess so, I said. Anyway, I'm really into this shirt now. I can see that. She was smiling. I was smiling too. Dad got it at his first concert. I was there, I remember. It's old and ratty. I'm sentimental. Sure you are. Mom, it's summer. Yes, she said, it is summer. Different rules, I said. Different rules, she repeated. I love the different rules in summer. My mother endured them. She reached over and combed my hair with her fingers. Promise me you won't wear it tomorrow. Tomorrow. Okay, I said. I promise, but only if you promise not to put it in the dryer. Maybe I'll let you wash it yourself, she smiled at me. Don't drown. I smiled back. If I do, don't give my dog away. The dog thing was a joke. We didn't have one. Mom, she got my sense of humor. I got hers. We were good that way. Not that she wasn't something of a mystery. One thing that I completely got. I got why my father fell in love with her. Why she fell in love with my father was something I still couldn't wrap my head around. Once, when I was about 6 or 7, I got really mad at my father because I wanted him to play with me and he just seemed so far away. It was like I wasn't even there. I asked my mom with all my boyhood anger, how could you have married that guy? She smiled and combed my hair with her fingers. That was always her thing. She looked straight into my eyes and said calmly, your father was beautiful. She didn't even hesitate. I wanted to ask her what happened to all that beauty. Chapter 3. I think this is going to be the last chapter that we read today because I gotta go soon. Chapter 3. When I walked into the heat of the day, even the lizards knew better than to be crawling around. Even the birds were laying low, laying low, laying low, laying low, laying low, laying low, laying low. The tarred patches on the cracks of the street were melting. The blue of the sky was pale, and it occurred to me that maybe everybody had fled the city in its heat. Or maybe everyone had died like in one of those sci-fi flicks, and I was the last boy on Earth. But just as that thought ran through my head, a pack of guys who lived in the neighborhood passed me on their bikes, making me wish I was the last boy on Earth. They were laughing and messing around, and they seemed like they were having a good time. One of the guys yelled at me, "Hey Mendoza, hanging out with all your friends." I waved, pretending to be a good sport. Ha ha ha. And then I flipped him the bird. One of the guys stopped, turned around, and started circling me on his bike. "You want to do that again?" he said. I gave him the bird again. He stopped his bike right in front of me and tried to stare me down. It wasn't working. I knew who he was. His brother Javier had tried to mess with me once. I'd punched the guy. Enemies for life. I wasn't sorry. Yeah, well, I had a temper. I admit it. He put on his mean voice, like it scared me. "Don't screw with me, Mendoza." I gave him the bird again and pointed it at his face, just like it was a gun. He took off on his bike. There were a lot of things I was afraid of, but not guys like him. Most guys didn't screw with me. Not even guys who ran around in packs. They all passed me on their bikes again, yelling stuff. They were all 13 and 14, and messing with guys like me was just a game for them. As their voices faded, I started feeling sorry for myself. Feeling sorry for myself was an art. I think a part of me liked doing that. Maybe it had something to do with my birth order. I think that was a part of it. I didn't like the fact that I was a pseudo-only child. I didn't know how else to think of myself. I was an only child without actually being one. That sucked. My twin sisters were 12 years older. 12 years was a lifetime. I swear it was. And they'd always make me feel like a baby or a toy or a project or a pet. I'm really into dogs, but sometimes I got the feeling I was nothing more than the family mascot. That's a Spanish word for a dog who's the family pet. Mascoto, mascot. Great. Ari, the family mascot. And my brother, he was 11 years older. He was even less accessible to me than my sisters. I couldn't even mention his name. Who the hell likes to talk about older brothers who are in prison? Not my mom and dad, that was for sure. Not my sisters either. Maybe all that silence about my brother did something to me. I think it did. Not talking can make a guy pretty lonely. My parents were young and struggling when my sisters and brother were born. Struggling is my parents' favorite word. Sometime after 3 children and trying to finish college, my father joined the Marines, then he went off to war. The war changed him. I was born when he came home. Sometimes I think my father has all these scars on his heart and his head, all over. It's not such an easy thing to be the son of a man who's been to war. When I was 8, I overheard my mother talking to my Aunt Ophelia on the phone. I don't think that the war will ever be over for him. Later I asked my Aunt Ophelia if that was true. Yes, she said, it's true. But why won't the war leave my dad alone? Because your father has a conscience, she said. What happened to him in the war? No one knows. Why won't he tell? Because he can't. So that's the way it was. When I was 8, I didn't know anything about war. I didn't even know what a conscience was. All I knew is that sometimes my father was sad. I hated that he was sad. It made me sad too. I didn't like sad. So I was the son of a man who had a Vietnam living inside of him. Yeah, I had all kinds of tragic reasons for feeling sorry for myself. Being 15 didn't help. Sometimes I thought that being 15 was the worst tragedy of all. Alright guys, so that was the first 3 chapters of Aristotle and Dante discover the secrets of the universe. I didn't remember it being such a sad book. I promise it gets better. Yeah. So let me know if you guys enjoyed this. And I can keep reading this book, or if you guys want me to do another book, because this one's kind of sad. I have a couple books. I have one about country music and female country singers, which is really interesting. And I can find another one if you guys want to request books down below. I'd enjoy reading to you guys if that's something that helps you guys relax and just fall asleep. So I hope you enjoyed, and don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, leave a little comment. It really helps out. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers, because I might publish a bloopers video when I get to 500, and I feel like that'd be really fun. So let me know what you thought about this slower style. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great weekend and are able to relax and fall asleep. Fall asleep, 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 asleep. So, no matter where you are, good morning, good afternoon, good night. Good night. I hope you are able to relax and fall asleep. Bye guys.